blessed good night to all. I will now start another video with Warrens again. Starting from the back of Warrens in Lodge Hill, Lodge Terrace area. I'm gonna walk through Warrens, walk some more. And show you all the lights at the roundabout again. So this is Lodge Terrace to start with. Now I'm going to go through the business and commercial area. The Warrens, which is known as the city away from the city. A place where businesses have been moving out of town into the area, starting from the mid-90s into the 2000s. Especially most in the 2000s is when the businesses started moving out of town. This is the west end of the Baobab Towers right here. The west end. So this is the west end of Warrens to start with. This side will take you closer to Lodge Terrace and University of the West Indies at Carefield campus and so on. So this is the west end of Warrens. Warrens never sleeps. At 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, we will start for activity, well not activity, but the convenience store at the gas station will be always open. I don't know about Chafet. Chafet is probably closed a little late earlier now, since COVID. But once upon a time, Chafet used to close at 2 in the morning. So Warrens has been developing more than Barbados is. And Barbados is supposed to be the capital of Barbados. This is the Warrens Towers here to start with, where the unemployment bureau and so on is. So as usual, I will take you through PriceSmart. This is a one-way, so vehicles can only come in the direction I'm pointing in, like where the vehicles are coming now. They can only come in that direction. They cannot go in this direction I'm walking in. So this is the Warrens Towers. Not the towers, the Barak building. The building that was built by Barak, where the government offices are. So a lot of government offices have been moving out of Bridgetown into Warrens, starting from the mid-2000s. People start moving to government offices, especially when Arthur was the Prime Minister. A lot of businesses, a lot of government offices started moving out of town. And even when the Dems was in, when David Thompson was Prime Minister, I remember some of the businesses started moving out of town too. Between 2008 to 2010, that was David Thompson's short lifespan as Prime Minister. He didn't last long as Prime Minister because he died in office 2 years after he became Prime Minister. Alright, I'm not here to preach or talk about politics. That's just a by the way thing. So this is PriceSmart. Our PriceSmart in Barbados is situated in the Warrens area. All right. So Price Mart is located, the back of Price Mart, the front of Price Mart is at Green Hill, at the corner of Green Hill and Warrens. So this is the corner of Green Hill, and this is all Lodge Hill. You can see the exclusive lighting at the former Manor Lodge complex. Manor Lodge complex is in here, Manor Lodge. They used to have a lot of dinners and banquets and luncheons there. Packaging for less, distributors right here. So this is all basically Warrens area. Warrens, Barbados, St. Michael, and St. Thomas. Now this part is St. Michael. So Price Mart, you have to buy in bulk when you are in Price Mart. When you're shopping at Price Mart, you have to buy in bulk. The exit section. The part where you exit the store. Price Smart. Stocking caps here. All Price Smart here. So Price Smart got that. Not even Price Smart though. Back to Price Smart here. This is the barn outside where they store the things, the pallets and so on. Massive Dome again where the Burger King restaurant is. So back down to Price Smart, guys. I'm gonna go back this way. So this is the Dome Mall here. Massive Dome. Back to the Albarat building. We just call it the Albarat building, but this is mostly the building that was built by Albarat, who was from Trinidad. It was built to be a government office, but he had to sue the past government for it because they wouldn't pay him for it. This lovely building here in Warrens Alright, so let me show you all these containers and things. Pretty smart. This is back up Pretty Smart again. So this is where the Lawrence Towers is. So this is where the government offices are. Barbados was from Trinidad, but he was a contractor in Barbados. So the Unemployment Bureau and a few other government offices are in here now. So this is the business part of Orange, where the businesses are. Back at the Macedon and Orange. All the massive stores and all the government offices. Massive stores right here. Me pocket massive. Quickly before I turn around. Let's pop in there quick. Not pop in the supermarket now, but show you guys around Massey quickly. And again, I coming back this way anyhow, so all Massey car park. Where the Massey supermarket is. So I will take you through Massey. They are giving away a car here. Massey is giving away a Proton X90. Massey is giving away a Proton X90 for Christmas. I believe it's for Christmas. Massey Store Super Center. Massey stores here in Orange. almost forgot to tell you that Warren's also happens to be on the ABC highway. So this Massey store was originally Supercenter supermarket before Massey took over all the Supercenter and the Costa Manning stores from the Barbados Shipping and Trading, BS&T, in around 2014, 2015. Then Massey took over all the Costa Manning and Supercenter stores and named all them Supercenter, named all them Massey stores, and then Massey took over all the Costa Manning stores. It got changed around. So every Massey store we have in Barbados, most of them was either Supercenter supermarket and the appliance was the Costa Manning's. This is the Lucky Horseshoe restaurant upstairs in the Massey Mall, Massey stores. Lucky Horseshoe is a 24/7 restaurant. Never closes. So Warren's happens to be on the highway, the ABC highway. Let's look at the body behind here first before I go through here. This is Chocolate restaurant here. Because I really was supposed to go through the other side, you know. So nobody's really back here. This is all the back of Massey stores. And then we'll get back to where I was supposed to go. Or where I had planned to go. So this is the CGI towers here. CGI towers. Most of the time when it comes to Warren's, the vlog will be in the night time, not any day. Simple reason that because it has a lot of activity in it. And I come mostly around this time of year, especially in the night, at this time of the year, because of the Christmas lights and so. If not, I wouldn't have been coming here in the night to do this. So Warren is in the center of the island, bordering St. Thomas and St. Michael. The ABC highway bus now get here from Spikestown. Back to the government offices at the Barbados building. Scotiabank is in here, in the CGI towers. Scotiabank is in here. And this Republic Bank. Back to the Warren's Towers, the Baobab Towers, the western end. So this part of Warren's is where the action is at. KFC here, KFC restaurant. Scotiabank is in here. So CGI stands for Consumer Guarantee Insurance. CGI Tower, which has Consumers Guarantee Insurance, US Air Risk Group, George Walton Payne and Company, which is attorney, and Grant Thornton, also attorney, Kingsdale Investor Services, and Scotiabank. Saw a gas station here, which was once Shell gas station. Saw a gas station here, which was once Shell. And then this was also one of the first establishments to move here in the Warrens area in the early 90s. Before the Warrens area started to develop into what it is now, the gas station here was one of the first establishments. Ahead of me is the Darcy Scott roundabout, and ahead of the Darcy Scott roundabout is HK, previously Simpson Motors, which is the agents for Suzuki vehicles in Barbados. Check that here. So, this is all solved. Ahead of me is the Darcy Scott roundabout. Straight, the left turn here at the roundabout will take you back onto the ABC highway. Will take you back onto the ABC highway. The ABC highway. It's all Chafet here. The left turn here will take you back to the ABC highway via Lodge Hill, Cave Hill, University of the West Indies, and back to the west of the island, on the west coast mostly. And the straight road here up ahead will take you back to the north of the island and to the west too. It will take you back into St. Thomas, this Cost-Less, Redmond's Village, and St. Thomas Church, that part of St. Thomas. And it will take you back to Redmond's, St. James as well, and St. Peter and St. Lucie to the north of the island. Darcy Scott on the boat, back at the Saw gas station, and Simpson Motors here, which is now HK. Simpson Motors is actually the first establishment to move in Warrens after that of structural systems. Simpson Motors was the first establishment to move to Warrens around the same time when the ABC highway was being built. The ABC highway, first of all, this is a part of the ABC highway. These are Simpson Motors here. Car park at the player park at Chafet, sorry. The player park at Chafet here. Chafet is a fast food restaurant. Chafet is a fast food restaurant here in Barbados, similar to that of Kentucky. It can only be found in Barbados, and no other country but Barbados can Chafet be found. This Chafet has a barbecue barn. Warrens is one of the areas in Barbados where high income earners do their shopping. That's why a lot of things sold in this area at supermarkets cost a pretty penny. So back to Massey Car Park. That's where I should have went around first before coming back this way, because I would have still ended up. So this is a part of the ABC Highway. As I said before, the ABC Highway was the plan of Barbados' second Prime Minister, Tom Adams, who invented the highway so that motorists can have easy access to the airport and other industrial estates across the island. But sadly, Tom Adams did not live to see the highway completed. Tom Adams died in 1985 and the highway was completed by 1989. So he wouldn't have gotten a chance to see his brainchild come to completion. CGI Towers here where the Williams Industries, where the Digicel head office is. The Williams Towers here, which is head office for Digicel. And they have ASH&B Highway in there as well. Back at Massey. I won't go near Massey again, because I went there just now. So this is the eastern side now. You can see the eastern side of the Baobab Towers behind here. The eastern Baobab Towers, you can see. We see the other side taking you back to St. Thomas, like Harrison's Cave and Sturgis and Jackson and Sherman Church. So this is all the highway, the ABC Highway. If I had a drone, I would have shown you the area from above. It's lovely to see in the night. I go to the roundabout now and show you the lights at the roundabout for Independence. That is a tradition here in Barbados, lighting our roundabouts and public buildings here in Barbados. Beautiful scenery, beautiful city. Which country is this? Anybody knows? Anybody know what country this is? That is like Cuba. Skechers shoe store. Yeah. See the CIBC Bank with the lights on it as well. CIBC Bank. CIBC Bank. There's a mall here as well. So this is CIBC headquarters. So this is all the Warrant area here. CIBC headquarters here in Warrant. This is the eastern side where the Everton reaches roundabout. The roundabout that will take you to St. Thomas. This is the Independence colors, the Barbados national colors on the roundabout. This was a tradition that we have held here in Barbados since 1996. On the 1st of November, under the leadership of Arthur, who was the fifth Prime Minister of Barbados, he came up with this idea, and it has been going on up to this day. This year will be 29 years that this was happening, 1996 to 2025. Next year will be 30 years that this was going on. Alright, enough said, have a good night. And I will close off this vlog.